So he's wanting to sell his vehicle, and he's got these prices from the internet for cars that are similar to his. But we want to know a reasonable price for Jason to consider for his SUV. We have measures of central tendency.
Teachers and students, pardon interruption. This announcement is for our students that go to the VOTEC. The VOTEC Center is closed today. You are expected to do your work virtually. Students who normally get on the bus or travel to VOTEC, you will have class here today. You are free to check out through proper measures, which is an email or a note to the office or a parent or guardian coming up here and checking you out. If not, VOTEC students will begin after the time you're supposed to be on the bus at 11:50. You will begin your class in the Commons. Then we will move to the cafeteria shortly after third lunch. The VOTEC will be virtual today. You are to stay here, check out through proper measures. If you want to check out, you are having a virtual day, but you are expected to be at school. Thank you.
Okay. So basically, we talked about measures of central tendency, mean, median, and mode. Mean, we found out last week, was the average, which we already knew. And median is when you put them in order and you pick the one in the middle. And mode is the one that repeats the most often. Well, how do you know which one to use when? Well, a lot of times it'll tell you. If you have numbers like these, they're all fairly close to each other. I mean, none of them are like one's really small or one's really, really big. Then the mean is a good bet. If you had one number up there, say that was like $50,000, then you probably wouldn't want to do a mean. You wouldn't want to do an average, because then when you average them up, it would make it seem way higher than it was supposed to be. And then mode, the best time I can think of using a mode is like if you're doing votes, obviously counting up votes or something, because then that's when mode really does matter. It's the one that occurs the most often. So we are going to find the mean of these, since all these numbers are pretty close together. So we'll add them all up, divide by how many there are. So 11,000. Feel free to grab your calculator. Provided I can type everything in here correctly. Feel free, please double check me, let me know if you get something different. What I got as a mean, or an average, 10,500. It's a reasonable amount for him to ask for the vehicle. Actually, my advice to you, if you ever sell a vehicle, is obviously to ask for a little bit more. People feel like they're really getting something if they can talk you into giving them a cheaper amount. It's just, so if you really want to get, say, $2,000 out of your vehicle, ask for $3,000. And that way, they can be like, well, let me offer you, they might offer you $2,500. And then you're actually getting more than you wanted, so. And you know in your head, hey, I'll go down to $2,000 and that's the most. Then I'll go down or however. And those people, I mean, me included, we feel like we're getting something if we feel like we're getting a deal. All right. Question. Dory is looking for a classic 67 Firebird. We got all these prices on the internet. She computes the mean as $28,171. This number doesn't seem to be a good representative of the data. Why? What's up with the data? What's the deal with the data?
The 77.
Yeah, that number right there. Chances are that is probably some very perfect mint condition, one owner, 67 Firebird with all the original everything kind of price, you know. Or maybe one that was used in some kind of movie or something. You know, some crazy reason why they're asking so much. So, because of that, it's probably not best to do a mean, because that number is way too big. It's what we would call an outlier. And that was one of the definitions that we had. So, instead of using the mean, what would you suggest that we use? We had mean, median, and mode. Median, yeah, absolutely. Whenever you have an outlier, the median is usually the best measure of central tendency. So to find the median, we put them in order and find the one in the middle. So 17,500. Oh, I forgot 18. Squeeze it in here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So the one that's actually in the middle is this one, because there's 3 on this side and 3 on that side. So the median is 21,200. And that makes more sense. It's a more accurate representation of the middle, of the central amount. Oh, this one's pretty straightforward. Just find the median. Y'all go ahead and do that. I like those kinds of problems when they're just straightforward. Okay, median. What do you guys get? Okay. So putting them in order, 5,800, 6,700, 7,700, 7,800, 8,650, and 9,100. It should be 6 numbers. It is. Well, that means there's 2 in the middle. So how do you find the median when there's 2 in the middle? Average, yeah. So 7,700 plus 7,800 divided by 2 would be halfway between those two, which is why she got 7,750. Okay, now we're going to do the range. These are prices for GPS navigation systems. And the range is simply the highest one minus the lowest one. The highest is 345, lowest is 199. I got 146. That is Monday, and it is early, so if I wrote something down or missed a number somewhere, let me know. So anytime I ask you for the range, real simple, you just do the high minus the low.